TikTok, and we are live. We're live, Jim. We did it.
We are live.
We're live on
We're live on Amazon. We're live on TikTok. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hypno News Live. I don't think it's. I think IG is messing me up.
Oh, maybe we're not on Instagram, but that's a good thing. If we do these things and we do it like within like moments to spare before the show goes live, but that's right. All good fun. So Hypno News is about all the stuff that's going on in the world of hypnosis right now, and there's lots of stuff going off. There is going to be next month probably the biggest hypnotherapist conference in the world in Las Vegas at the Sahara.
You said that Las Vegas, Nevada.
Las Vegas, Nevada. How long's Hypno Thoughts been going now, Jim?
I believe it's either 11 or 12 years, I think.
Wow, 12 years.
Yeah.
And it started off as a website, and then ended up being a in-person event, and now it's one of the biggest, and it is massive. Last year it's how many hypnotherapists, how many hypnotists in one place?
I think it was about 600 last year. Was that right?
600 hypnotists in one place.
I think they've had as many as like around 800 at one point. And did you ever go on the website back when it was just a website?
A couple of times.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was always an interesting place.
Yeah. Yeah.
As the internet always is. The internet and TikTok and Facebook tend to have all sorts of stuff going on sometimes online, right. Which is cool. Guys, if you're watching on TikTok, if you have any questions about hypnosis, myself, Grant Saunders, and Jim Kellner is here as well on another live. So feel free to ask. Hypnotists from both sides of the pond, and kind of with both disciplines as well: stage hypnosis, hypnotherapy, coaching, all of that really.
Yeah. Hey, Dennis. We're froze on
Dennis
YouTube.
Here. It says we're froze on YouTube. Interesting. Let's check that out. We'll go check that now. The joys of technology, the joys of live streaming as well.
I love that. I'm still not getting my stream data for Amazon. It's going to be another bust for that one.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it's frozen on YouTube. Let me just refresh this screen on here.
If I can
bear with us. Playing around with this technology.
So while Grant does that, so yeah, Hypno Thoughts, guys, they're really encouraging everybody to go and get their book your hotel. I think you have just through this weekend. That might be it to get the discount. And you do want to get the discount because along with the discount, you also get $100 room credit. Each person gets that. So like if you're sharing a room, like Grant and I are, we each get the $100. Which is pretty cool.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Oh, that's cool. That'll pay for breakfast.
Yeah, exactly. Just about.
Yeah. Although that is a lesson learned. I know last year I didn't realize that to get that you had to charge the food to your room. So I was just paying for my food. But lesson learned. But that's the great thing about doing a lot of these kind of. When you go to the conferences and you speak to other people, you learn what the etiquette is and what the processes is and the protocols are at the different conferences.
Yep, absolutely.
And what's your highlight of the Sahara in Las Vegas is the new home to Hypno Thoughts?
Let me just say also it's htlive.net. The highlight for me is just that it doesn't smell as smoky as the Orleans.
Yeah. Fresher.
Yeah, a little fresher. Yep.
Yeah. And so yeah, it's going to be great to catch up with people. The good thing again with Hypno Thoughts is it's people from all over the world are going to be there. Right. I'm excited to touch base with Jaden Boone from Australia.
Oh, cool.
Jaden's a great hypnotist, stage hypnotist out there that's doing a great job. So I'm really looking forward to kind of touching base with him. See if we can get him to PHS as well, actually.
Yeah, he looks like a busy guy. He's posting a lot of videos.
Yeah. And again, that great thing of starting doing shows and selling tickets in small rooms, and then those small rooms get a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. Reputation goes more, and he's doing great work now. So
Nice. That's awesome.
I actually feel bad. He was one of the ones that I interviewed for the podcast towards the end of the podcast, but I interviewed him on the night when I think I had food poisoning. And so literally I had to go from the interview to the toilet to be sick, back to the interview, and that's how it went. So I think he thought I didn't like him or I was being rude or something.
What did you wear to it? Did you just wear a dirty sweatshirt and have your hair all messed up like
Absolutely,
you did for other VIPs?
That's it. That was the start of it. I do like to look back at the different live streams from the beginning.
Oh yeah,
that was
so
cool.
different.
Sean is here.
Mr. Kostiak. Apparently he's not joining us in Vegas, but he is joining us for the Bob Martin workshop this weekend.
Really excited for that. Let me just bring that up actually on the screen.
Yeah. So if you guys aren't familiar with Bob Martin, seriously, he's doing amazing stuff. It's $47. It's going to be an hour or so. This is going to be like a dip your toe into conversational hypnosis. And believe me, you only want an hour that first time, because I talked to him. He blows my mind just talking on the phone. I'm like, how do you notice all these things and do all these things and everything? So this is really perfect. I'm glad we got this going.
Bob Martin does that like you said, he does conversational kind of covert hypnosis in a way that is discreet, but it is also ethical as well. It's not done in a sleazy way. It's a great way that people can use conversations to make positive changes for people as well. So it looks like a superpower. It's an element of hypnosis that fascinates me. And so people don't realize that there's so many different elements to hypnosis. There is hypnotherapy, there's street hypnosis, stage hypnosis, performing hypnosis, conversational hypnosis, hypnosis in sales. There's all sorts of different elements to it. So so Bob Martin's class this weekend, I'm super, super excited for.
And erotic hypnosis as well.
Erotic hypnosis, that is a massive market.
And I got to tell you, I was at the Pacific Northwest Hypnosis Conference. I remember what came up. We were talking about different conferences during the keynote, and I mentioned a bunch of them. And I said, whatever you're into, and I said, if you're into, the erotic stuff, you've got Charmed, the Charmed Hypnosis Conference. And I'll tell you what, a person raised their hand and said, "Oh, what was that? What was that name again?" And it was the person in that room that I would have least thought would have been interested in Charmed. Hopefully they don't watch this and find out that, but literally like the person I would never have guessed.
It's always the quiet ones when it comes to erotic hypnosis, but it's a fascinating field within that. Not just for the sleaze element to it as well, but it is to understand that because that is a big emotional thing. And so to use hypnosis to enhance that is a good skill to have.
And both you and I have we've had Joseph Crown on the show. We've read his books, and he's of course in that community. And the respect and the communication that you pick up on in his books, I'm like, wow, this is really. I mean, they take it seriously. It's not just fun and games.
Yeah, and it has to be. The problem we have as hypnotists is there is this misconception that it is a bit weird and a bit creepy and a bit this, that, and other. So if you are in the realms of the hypnosis part that is a bit weird and a bit creepy, then you've got to make sure that everything is, all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. So yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So again, a shout out to the people on TikTok. We're just messing around with this TikTok. I'm currently interviewing. I'm on the show with my co-host Jim Kellner on Facebook and YouTube for Hypno News Live, which we're going to be bringing to TikTok and Instagram over the next couple of weeks, especially as we take over. As we go over to Hypno Thoughts in Vegas in July, which I'm super, super excited about. We'll be getting together the stage hypnotists for the Performing Hypnosis lunch.
Yes. Still trying to find a good venue for that. there's the Golden Steer across the street, but it's $100. It's about $100 a person.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to splurge, but I think that would exclude a number of folks. So
yeah, we want to make it so it's easy for people to be there.
Yeah,
because some hypnotists, have to worry about that stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. It's all good. It's going to be great to have everybody in that one space for that amount of time. But I mean, there is other conferences going on.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, even though everybody who was there last time, we had the lunch at that one restaurant, which I would never go back to again. We, even though they were very rude at the restaurant, everybody still had such a great time. It's such a great time. Yeah.
It's weird since the pandemic. Hospitality has not been what it was.
Dude. Yeah.
Here in the UK, there was the whole #Be Kind. And then almost like a week later, everybody was being rude to everybody, including serving staff and waiting staff. And it's like, and I struggle like as a Brit when I go over to the US, where, you have to tip.
Yeah.
Whereas here, you've got to have good service to tip. Whereas in the US, if you have bad service, you just tip less.
Right. Exactly.
And so, that was weird. But yeah, good quality service, good customer service is so rare these days.
It is. Yeah. But yeah, Michigan conference. Dude, that's going to be awesome.
Super excited for that. It's at the Hollywood Casino in Detroit.
Yeah.
The Michigan Hypnosis Conference. Is this its third year?
Yeah, third year. Yep.
Third year. Dan Goyette has done a fantastic job with that. Great lineup of speakers as well. The closing keynote speaker. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah. If you can understand him. His English is a little wonky, but other than that.
Yeah. He'll have subtitles. So yeah.
Dennis, we're right about that
restaurant.
Yeah. Dennis, are you coming out to Hypno Thoughts this year, and or Michigan? Love to find out.
It would be good to see. We get to see who's speaking at the conferences. It would be great sometimes at these conferences to see who's the delegates, who's the attendees.
Oh yeah.
Because I am surprised at some of them now. Where I'm looking forward to meeting someone, and I'm like, I'm going to see you at such and such in a few weeks, and they're like, I'm not going, and you're like, that's a shame.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Hey, by the way, speaking of Michigan conference, you've been nominated for an award for best stage hypnosis entertainer, I believe it is.
Oh, I did not know that.
I believe so. Yeah, and. He's going to Michigan. Dennis is going to Michigan. Also, Dan Goyette is encouraging everybody, please go reserve your hotel rooms because the price is going to go up if you don't. So everybody wants you to get those rooms. Hey, actually for PHS, go get your rooms too, because that's important.
People, again, I think since the pandemic, people leave things to the last minute. They get tickets at the last minute. They organize stuff. Like when it comes to conferences and stuff, you have got to do it sooner rather than later. One, because you got to make sure the closer it gets to the date, the more price goes up. But it also helps us as organizers know what's going on. But it helps the hotel know what's going on as well.
Well, this is the thing too, that, like even with the Pacific Northwest, if we know ahead of time that we're generating enough, revenue for certain things, then we can, have a bigger party. Really. That's what it is. We can offer more perks and stuff like that. But, so if people are waiting until the last minute, even like for PHS, we're not sure what we have the budget for. So it just makes it easier on everybody. And you get better stuff when you do that, when you register ahead of time, you save some money and you've got that money already spent. So you don't have to worry about it. And what the hotels too, like for Hypno Thoughts, I know, like they don't even charge you. They didn't even charge me even for one night. They usually charge you one night. I didn't get charged for anything yet. So go get it. Reserve it. Dan's English is a bit Scottish.
Dan's English, Dan Goyette's English is, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know if it is Scottish. I love Dan's impressions though.
It's Northwest Michigan.
Yeah.
Yes, he does like doing his Scottish.
And Richard Cole's doing
is that even remote?
The show, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Oh,
I
I
saw
can't wait,
Richard
especially after what
Cole
you
from
told me.
Canada, that hypnotist guy,
Yeah.
do a mentalism routine
Yep.
at Heartlands, and his delivery and presentation was on point. He is such a phenomenal performer. Do check him out.
He must be good. He's been doing this for a couple of decades, and he's booked all the time. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I was just a bit distracted then. I was on Facebook trying to find the Michigan thing to see if I've been nominated for this award.
Do you see my products showing up at all?
No.
Amazon? Okay, good. Because it's like my product is highlighted, but it's not live anyway, so it's not. Yeah. Okay, good.
Ah.
Just gonna exit out of there. Second time it's done that, or third time. I don't know.
I must admit, it's interesting to have technicals. The YouTube, that makes me sound old, doesn't it? The YouTube. YouTube was having some issues. Oh,
PHS is going to be great.
I'm doing a gig. I just said it's just for flexing, but I'm doing a gig with my childhood crush. And talk about schedule. I literally arrived back from Vegas, get off the plane, drive home, change my clothes, get in the car, drive 7 hours up to Inverness for Belgium Festival, just because I'm gigging with Sophie Ellis-Bextor, who was my childhood crush. But then I was like, I don't know, because if you meet your childhood crush, like she was a star when I was young.
Yeah.
Do I want to meet her? And then I went on Google and found out she's 4 years younger than me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Huh. So I don't know how that's happened.
That's interesting. Yeah. All right. What's the name again?
Sophie Ellis-Bextor.
Sophie. Okay.
You'll like her, Jim. Ellis.
Ellis-Bextor. Yes. Well. Yes. I bet she looks like she has a great voice.
Yeah, doesn't she just?
Looks like an amazing voice there.
Yeah. Aidan said I will be seeing if she wants to be hypnotized.
You'll have some conversational stuff going too. So
yes, absolutely. Cool.
That's bold. That's bold, my friend. So flying back and having a gig right away. I mean, I'm always concerned about those delays and stuff. I mean, you have no choice. I mean, you gotta.
Well, that's it. Both events are like I cannot not go to Vegas, and I cannot not go to this festival in Inverness. So what do you do? Oh, I do what me and you always do, Jim. And I go, yeah, I'll do that. And then make myself a promise that this time, after that, I'm going to take it easy and stop agreeing to silly stuff on schedules. But I'm not going to, because that's not how we do what we do.
I saw a meme the other day, and it was perfect. It said, I don't remember how it phrased it, but it was something like, I always think that next week I don't have anything that I have to do.
Yeah.
I'm always saying that. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have plenty of time to do stuff next week, or, that after the 15th, I'll be good. I got nothing going on. And then what do you know? Yeah.
I literally, this weekend, it was like I had a potential question mark of a military showing on the Saturday, Friday, tomorrow. There's still a chance that they could come back. Yeah, I'm like forgetting about gigs. And I thought, I'm not pushing for anything else. It's been bonkers. I need to have a quiet weekend. And then a friend of mine that I've not heard from years is like, he was messaging me and he's like leaving messages with other people. I've fallen out with him because I'm not returning his messages. So I messaged him back and and he's like, well, what are you doing? What are you doing Saturday? And I'm like, oh, how do you mean? He went, well, let's meet up Saturday. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, definitely. So now at 8 a.m. Saturday morning, I'm going stand-up paddleboarding. Exactly. Then once I've finished that, I'm going clay pigeon shooting. with another friend. And then once I finished that, it's a friend of mine's 50th. So I said I've had to go to that. And then it's ended up being that by not gigging, I've now filled my weekend with loads of social responsibilities. And now I'm like, oh, I just need to fake an illness.
I know what you mean. I do.
And that says there's a great article about Aisha in the summer issue of Hypnocaf magazine.
Nice.
Aisha is the International Stage Hypnotist Association, for those of you who don't know. And I don't know if you do know this yet, but they now have the master policy in place for public liability insurance for stage hypnotists. You don't need to join the Disc Jockey Association, the Jugglers Association. You don't have to join any of that. $200 to get full public liability insurance for stage hypnotists.
Oh, $200. Wow, that's less than I paid last year. What the hell?
Yeah, exactly. So if you are a stage hypnotist, if you're interested in stage hypnosis and your insurance policy is around about coming up for renewal, then join. See what they've got going on at the moment.
Do you know anything about? Because I've heard
interview with Paul Ramsey at Heartland Hypnotherapy Conference.
Oh, fantastic. Do you know anything about, so I've heard some rumors that policy does not cover street hypnosis. In fact, they'll drop you if you do street hypnosis. Do you know anything about that?
I do not know about that. I know from the UK side of things, street hypnosis is not covered. So I don't know.
I wonder how people watching? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird one because if you are performing hypnosis, it's your venue is your venue. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm trying to convince Dale to do a live Q&A.
Oh, be good.
Which would be a great way of asking those questions. But I would also probably hazard a guess that if it's not covered it, then I don't think there'll be a policy that does cover it.
Yeah.
You know, I know in the UK there isn't a policy that covers street hypnosis.
Yeah. Well, Dennis, that's a little bit misleading. No adult material, because it kind of depends on, from the way I understand it, it's about informed consent. And so the great example that I heard was, when you went to Anthony Cools's show, he literally said half a dozen times or more, you will hump a chair. You will do all these suggestive things. And so people know what they're getting into. If you're doing a corporate show on a, Thursday afternoon in the banquet room, the Holiday Inn, and you break out some, handshake orgasm or something like that.
The good old orgasm handshake. Always goes down well.
You're probably you might find yourself in trouble.
Yeah. And I think that's the issue with, that's why we set up PHS. That's the issue with stage hypnotists. It's making sure that they're doing the right thing in the right place.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. There was something else with the, can't remember now. Anyway. Yeah, there's been, that would be a great thing for Dale to clear up too, because I think there's a lot of people out there that are worried about this or that or whatever, I've been doing shows for almost 20 years. I've never had anybody even close to suing me. So I'm not too fearful of any repercussions.
Touch wood.
Yeah, exactly.
I think a lot of these things come down to how you deal with people, especially if there is incidents or accidents or things that aren't going right. If you suddenly put up a block and you act like a bit of a dick, then you're going to get sued. If you go out your way to help people and be nice and courteous and be a good guy, then you're going to do okay. Touch wood.
Yeah. I also think probably when you're doing a show, kind of your intent when you're doing it and the way that you treat the people while you're doing it, are you just treating them as a puppet? Or are you treating them as a human being and just having some, helping them to entertain the audience?
Yeah. If you're doing it from a position of for your ego, not to entertain and empower them, then
But it would be good to, and really, with all these kinds of things, with the law and insurance and stuff, it's kind of those things where you really don't know until you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So he might say one thing, and then you find out later, well, in this certain condition, this was a situation. So whatever. Do what you're led to do. Just be kind. Be cool to people.
Yeah, be kind. Speaking of be kind, it is Performing Hypnosis Summit in 2025.
Man, I am so stoked about that. I mean, wow.
Yeah, it's going to be, oh, yeah. I was excited last year.
Yeah.
I was excited the year before that. I'm super excited this year.
And, we have Tom Silver going to be in the room, which is going to be awesome. Terry will be there, I'm sure. Yeah, we've got some amazing workshops. I can't even tell you guys the kind of workshops we've got. We've got some incredible workshops pre and post, plus Hypnoticon the weekend following.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, I suppose we can't announce it, but I know someone that's doing a workshop, and it's one I'm going to be signing up for. It's just, it is brilliant. I've seen him speak at other conferences and talk about this particular subject. And he's doing it as a post or pre-conference workshop where he can set it all up. So I'm excited for that.
Well, we're the producers. We could announce it.
Well, yeah. But yeah, that's Jeff Benink.
Benink, yes.
Yeah, about setting up your show on the QLab thing.
Yeah, so we don't have it set for pre or post yet. We haven't figured that out yet, but we can definitely say that he's in. We got Dan Goyette, he's in. We've got some really, some really outstanding stuff.
It's what excites me is rather than it just being a place where loads of people are talking and it's all kind of anecdotal, it's real stuff that performing hypnotists will benefit. Their show will be a better show after the conference because of it. And that's what excites me. I was talking to you about John Steele, who's a multi-award winning photographer here in the UK, who's on about coming out and doing some promo shots for people whilst they're in Vegas. And again, I attribute a lot of my success here in the UK to John's photos. And for years, everyone will know this, I've always said I won't tell anyone who John is.
I know.
Because I don't want everybody having the same pictures that I've got. And for some reason, it's like, oh, I might come to Vegas and do a post conference. But I'm like, yeah, it'd be great. And I'm like, whoa.
Just don't be as good as you are with mine. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. If you just get a little bit blurry. And so that's exciting as well. And again, we all know hypnotists struggle with good headshots and good promo shots.
From producers of a hypnosis conference, we certainly know.
Exactly.
Guys, we can tell that photo is from 1997. Seriously.
Yeah. Bless them. Yeah. If they went missing at the conference and we had to give the police their photo that they gave us, they would never be found again.
Never be found. It's true. You know who you are.
Yeah. Cool.
Within 5 years, guys, you got to get a new headshot. At least 5 years, probably 2 or 3 years, but really within 5, you change. Believe me, and styles change. And
when you turn up at a venue, you don't want them going,
"Who are you?
Who are you?"
I was casting a short film one time, and I had one of the actresses showed up, and it was literally that. She's like, "Oh, I'm, Lisa," and I'm going, "What? This is not. Whose headshot is this?"
Yeah. It looks like you've eaten Lisa.
Exactly.
Oh.
The other great thing that we heard a lot of people talk. Well, a lot of people talked about PHS literally, and with sincerity, it seemed it was their favorite concert conference ever that they've ever been to. Terry Stokes even said that.
Yeah.
But also, there were so many inspiring moments. We had, especially the females, were so inspired by, Diana Nunez, by Lisa Kuncic, and some of the other female presenters. And I thought it was such a great thing that they finally had a little bit more representation.
Yeah. It's great to see the females doing so well in performing hypnosis.
Yeah.
I think they're outperforming the guys at the moment. Definitely.
Oh, dude. I mean, on cruise ships, I mean, Nadine and Brenda are on all the cruise ships.
Yeah. It's going to be cool.
Good stuff.
Yeah. That's it. Sunday is going to be the, I'll just pop it back up again. That's the conversational hypnosis with Bob Martin. That's going to be exciting. Guys, if you've not signed up for that yet, there is still time. There's a few days left. It's one of those that this is an extra super cool tool for your toolbox.
Mm-hmm. And it's not the kind of shady conversational hypnosis that you may be familiar with. I mean, Bob is like just completely straight lace, upfront kind of guy, and just a genius with that stuff.
Yeah, but if I want to use it for shady stuff, I can.
I mean, of course you can.
Perfect.
Yeah. Don't worry, Dennis. You can use it for. Yeah. You can use it on the dealers. You can use it at the dealers at the casino.
we have to pick a number again this year for PHS.
We do. Yes.
So 17 black was our number last year, and it came in for all of us that put a bet on. Sorry, Brian. Snooze, you lose.
He still talks about it.
Bless him.
Poor guy.
I love that. That was such a rock star moment, though. Like, this is the number, and it actually came in.
Dude, it was like a movie. I was like, I can't believe this actually worked. I can't believe, and not like for a couple of bucks, like for real money. I mean, well done, sir. Well done.
Yeah.
Dan didn't win either.
Awesome.
To be fair, I did buy Brian a hot chocolate. So with the winnings. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And he bought us breakfast, didn't he?
A few times.
A few times. Bless him. Tell him I said hello. Will he be at Hypno Thoughts?
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Cool. Well, we'll see him. We'll see him somewhere.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll be at PHS. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, as if he could not be there.
Exactly.
Cool. Guys, thank you for joining us this week. If you've got anything in the world of hypnosis you want to talk about, shout about, scream about, then do get in touch with either me or Jim. If not, see you next week. Take care.
Okay.